The island, full of lush jungles, wondrous mountain peaks, this is the place that most Ark survivors start their wonderful career or their interesting survival stories as they head out into this very dangerous place. It's kind of deceiving sometimes just how dangerous it can be. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's just plain fun. But this is one of the first places that most Ark survivors encounter. So let's talk about the most essential dinosaurs to help you get you on your way to the very end. Or if you're not even interested in going towards any of the bosses, some of the things that will actually help you out quite considerably on your journey. Whether you're a beginning survivor, whether you're solo, whether you're playing with a massive tribe, what we're going to talk about now is some of the essential dinos that you're going to need along your journey. So sit back and let's talk about it. Coming in at number 10, we have the Mo Shops. These guys, while you can tame them early on, they will give you a massive boost in order to get fiber, berries, harvest meat, hide, all sorts of things, and you can actually tame them very early on just by giving them whatever they need. Keep an eye out for these guys. If you get one of these early on, it will give you a massive boost in just about everything in order to get you started. It is very, very impressive what these guys can help you out with. And they're tamed very, very easily as just by giving them anything that they need. It's randomized. Sometimes you can give them just a berry and they'll be your friend. Other times they're going to demand stuff like honey, which early game, honey is a lot harder to get, but you can get it. But I would just keep an eye out for the lower level ones of these guys, because even a lower level one of these guys will really help you. Next on this list is the Doedicurus, because you never know when you're going to need stone, but when you need stone, you're going to need a lot of it. And these guys will help you out with that tremendously. You can either get a really low level one and that'll help you out, or you can get a really high level one and that'll help you out even more. But you don't stress it on the levels on these guys too much, because just having the stone available will be able to help you out quite a bit along your journey. I would recommend looking for these guys in the mountaintops. Sometimes you can find them in the lower areas, on the beaches, or in some of the hilly forest areas, but they will come in completely, really, really handy for you. You tame these guys with a simple knockout tame by giving them a bunch of berries, vegetables, or kibble, and yeah, they will help you grow along your journey. Coming in at number 8, we have the Ankylosaurus. These guys are phenomenal, not just for early game tames. They will actually help you out quite a bit, since they can harvest things without even having a saddle needed to be on them. All you have to do is get them close to the metal nodes and they will smack it for you. But these guys will be able to get you plenty of metal early on in the game, plus also very much into the late game. And who doesn't love getting all that extra flint byproduct from getting smacking a rock with them? These guys are absolutely phenomenal. You will definitely be needing one of these just in order to stay up with a bunch of the high quality metal that you're going to need. So hey, these guys are a tame by simple knockout. By once they're knocked out, you give them berries, vegetables, or their favorite kibble as well, and they will help you along your journey. Definitely get one of these guys. They are absolutely phenomenal. All right, for this next one, we've got 2 coming in at the same one. The first one is the beaver. All right, the Castoroides, these guys, they're found in a lot of marshlands or in the rivers surrounding the island. Also, you can find these guys in several of the lakes. But yeah, these guys, they are rather hard to tame, especially at the lower levels, but I would recommend getting one eventually. Their torpor does go down very, very fast because they are a simple knockout tame, but they have massive amounts of damage reduction on the wood that they can carry, plus also they will be able to harvest up plenty of berries and wood for you very, very quickly, I might add. And then as well as swim very, very quickly throughout the lakes in where you found them. Never mind the Pego over on the left. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Tied at the same place as the beaver is the mammoth. These guys are phenomenal. They are amazing. Not only are they a really good combat mount because their ability to debuff those around them, plus also they can carry water in their trunk just in case if you need that later on, as well as these guys can gather wood just as easily as a beaver. Plus, they have comparable weight reduction on them as well, and the amount of berries they will be able to get you is extremely good. These guys are phenomenal for it, which is why they're pretty much tied. While both the beaver and the Castoroides in this case, and the mammoth can harvest wood, both of them have really good things that kind of set them apart from each other. While the mammoth is good on land, the beaver is amazing in the water. So yeah, whichever direction you decide to go with it, you're going to need at least one of these two. So good luck with that. These guys are a simple knockout tame, just like the Castoroides, but their torpor does not go down very much, even close to as fast as the Castoroides does. So taming one of these is easier, although the location for finding these is much more difficult. So pick your poison on that one. Just, you're going to need one. And yeah, good luck, because these guys, they are worth it. Next, we have the Pteranodon. These guys are extremely amazing early game. You can get their saddle at level 38, and then they will be a phenomenal first flyer for you, and they will take you around, able to get all sorts of cool things as they can wander the island, taking you to places that you previously thought were inaccessible all the way around, and plus also to get those early game loot drops that will help you out along your journey. Get one of these early on and latch onto it. These guys are really, really amazing. They will get you from one side of the island to the other, and they will also help you take you out so where you can find really decent tames, especially, you know, tames of opportunity. If there's one dino that helps you find these things, it's going to be the Pteranodon, and it's going to help you do it very easily, actually. You can just grab a spyglass, spend a little bit of time, go around searching for these guys, or searching for anything on the back of Pteranodon, and then when you find it, set up a trap, tame it, and then get out of there. These guys are super good, and I recommend definitely getting one of these guys early on. Whether you're going for the bosses or not, you're going to need a Therizinosaurus. These guys, not only do they tank and dish out a ton of damage very quickly using their shredding claws, they also have a softer side to them, allowing you to harvest up the finer things, the fibers, the stuff like that from the bushes. If there's something to harvest, these guys will harvest it, excluding metal, of course. But they will do it, and they will do it very quickly. They don't have any weight reduction, but that's really not necessary with the amount these guys harvest. Not only do they dish out a ton of damage, they can also take a ton of damage. Really nice bred and imprinted Therizinosaurus can get you far on the island, all the way through the end boss and on your journey to the other arcs. It is really that impressive what these guys can do. They are a knockout tame, and I would definitely recommend using kibble on these guys because their torpor goes down very, very quickly. They can be very difficult tames if you use things like berries or vegetables in order to tame them. It can be done, but I would definitely recommend waiting till you have the proper kibble on these guys. You can find these guys just about everywhere on the island except for the snowy peaks. So yeah, good luck on finding these guys. Find a couple really good ones, breed them, make armies, or not. It's all your decision. It's your arc. Play how you want. But you're going to need one of these guys along your journey, at least one. Good luck. Next on this list, we have the Baryonyx, found inside the swamps and then also a bunch of the river channels here on the island. These guys are phenomenal. I cannot say enough good things about these guys. They only eat fish, which is kind of a downside, and when you're taming them, I would recommend making sure you've got the kibble to tame them, because if not, they're going to take a ton of prime fish meat, which can be kind of hard to get. But their saddle comes in at level 50, and by the time you hit level 50, I would recommend looking for one of these guys. They are super good. Not only will they get you into the water and taming your first water tames, if you have any interest in going in the underwater bits on the island, and there's quite a few of them, but also these guys will get you into all of the caves. Well, most of the caves. If a Baryonyx will fit in there, other than the Cave of the Strong, the Baryonyx is generally the best dinosaur to actually take in there, because they can fit through all the little caves, or all the little holes inside of the cave. Also go into the underwater aquatic areas while you're spelunking. Also, they have an innate health regeneration as long as they have fish meat in their inventory. It is that good. These guys are so good. I cannot say enough things about them. Plus, I have done extensive testing on their capabilities within caves, and nothing surpasses their ability to go through and spelunk in style. So get one of these guys, get 3 of these guys, hell, get 10 of these guys, just as long as you have one that is really good, and it will be your best buddy for a while. And yeah, you can take it in, you can do all sorts of cool things with them. So get a Baryonyx, they're amazing. Coming in next is the Basilosaurus. These guys, while they do end up surrounded by a whole bunch of nasties out in the wilderness, these guys are the Cadillac of the sea. They will take you wherever you want to go in style. They are immune from so many different status effects and shocks and all sorts of things. Plus, they get a really high health pool and you can just get really high damage on these guys. They will treat you right. They will take you wherever you want to go. Any place underwater that you want to go, these guys will do it, and they will do it comfortably and safely. I mean, there are a few places where you can get pinned underwater with these guys, but those places are very few and far between. If you pay attention to your surroundings, it's really hard to get caught like that with your pants down. But yeah, these guys also, they accrue oil just over time in their inventory just by having them out. It's really good. Also, they protect you from the temperatures of the underwater. So get one of these guys and just realize that once you have one or bred and imprinted one of them, you have one of the best underwater tames that you can get. And they are really easy to tame. Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time, and it can be done on the back of a Baryonyx. Win-win. Next on this list, and coming in at number 2, is the Thylacoleo, because you're going to need to have a really beefy, tanky mount that you can take around on the ground. And yeah, the Thylacoleo is absolutely up for that job. These guys are super, super good. And once you have a nice high level one of these guys, bred and imprinted, you can actually use these guys as their very own taming pen, just because they can tank most things other than a Giga. Do not try to do that with a Giga. A Giga will eat them. But Rexes and down, these guys, you can absolutely face tank these guys, those guys on the back of a Thyla just while you're pointing and shooting. They are that good. And also, they will get you around the island very quickly, very easily. And then also, while you're on the ground, you will not be missing all the stuff that you miss while you're in the air. In the air is very good, but you miss a lot of the stuff in the air. If you want to go from point A to point B, take the air. If you want to go to point A to point B, but also see if you can find all the different dinos and everything like that, use a Thyla. They are really, really good. And yeah, while you're not completely safe on the back of a Thyla, you are safer than a lot of different things. So yeah, use a Thyla. I cannot say that enough. These guys are amazing. I name mine after the coffee flavors. But yeah, and then also they can climb up vertical cliffs, everything like that. You typically find them on the trees in redwood forest, waiting to pounce on you as you find them. So be very, very careful and wary of that. And yeah, but also what you're going to need with these guys is cooked mutton or kibble. I would recommend using kibble, but if you don't have the kibble, cooked mutton also works, but you will lose a little bit of taming effectiveness. Also, bream narcotics, you're going to need it. And good luck. These guys are phenomenal. And last but not least, we have the Argentavis, the #1 dino that is essential for life on the island, for getting around, for progressing, for gathering things. The Argent will be your best friend. I grab one of these guys early on, and it becomes my go-to flying mount, not only for gathering things, for carrying around your Anki, your Doedicurus, your Casteroides, but also for getting in fights. They are the #1 alpha killer I would use, because it's so easy for them to avoid being hit. Plus, also, by harvesting up different dead dinos on the ground, they can also regenerate that. Plus, They also get weight reduction on just about everything. Argentavises are easily my #1 dino when it comes to the island, just because of their utility and their just everything they can do. Oh my god, the list is so long. It is a very massive list of what these guys are good at. So get one, get 15, breed them for different roles, do all sorts of things, but definitely get one. If you're living on the island in Ark Survival Ascended, you are absolutely going to be judged on the quality of your Argent. Yeah, it's a thing that happens. Well, not really. But, you know, it's good. You need one. You definitely need one. You need 5. And enjoy. So, yeah, that is the list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Gives you idea of the different things to help you get you by when it comes to Ark Survival Ascended. And until next time, this is Phlinger. And take it easy, everybody.